Hey, what's up guys? It's the Dog Sensei here. Here to give you another quick tip. This one won't be quite as quick as some of the other ones. A lot of the times when I'm maybe in line getting some coffee or at the grocery store or at a gas station, somebody will see the shirt and they'll ask, do you train dogs? And I always look down at my shirt and I go, well, yeah, I do. And a lot of people want you to kind of fix their problems all in that minute and maybe 2 minutes tops. And, of course, that's really impossible. So what I like to do, though, is I will give them one piece of advice, and it's something that we'll go through just a little bit here, is that when you first get your puppy or a new dog and they've settled in, the first thing that I'll tell everybody to do is from this point on, I would like you to make your puppy or dog sit for everything. And when I mean for everything, I mean everything. Now, some of the obvious things would be to get their food, to get a treat. Some things that people wouldn't think about would be things like getting a scratch behind the ear, maybe some extra loving, going through a doorway. Going out a door, going into your car, sitting before allowed to jump on the couch. These little things teaches your dog that there's no free lunch, so to speak. And that's a really good way to remember this. That your dog needs to do something to get something. And I don't need him to jump through hoops or anything like that. A simple sit will work perfectly. And the reason that I have people try to turn their dog into a super sit dog is for a few different reasons. One is that if you turn your dog into a super sit dog, you give your dog an alternate behavior that your dog is really good at. So for example, a lot of times when our dogs are barking at something, jumping up on something, we typically will yell at the dog and say, hey, Boomer, stop barking at the window or stop jumping. Get off that person. And all that's doing is reinforcing what the dog's doing because the dog's like, well, I'm getting some attention. And that's really my ultimate goal. But the one thing that also happens is that, oh, hi, Lucy. Lucy came to say hi. Is that when your dog jumps up like that or barks at something and you yell at him and tell him to stop, your dog doesn't understand English. It doesn't understand the thing you're saying. So instead of saying, Boomer, stop jumping or stop barking, why not say, hey, Boomer, sit? And your dog will be so good at sitting because you've practiced that non-stop that your dog will go because it can't help it. And it will stop them from doing something that you don't want them to do because it'll break their concentration, force them to concentrate on something they know how to do really well, which will definitely alleviate some of those issues. Now, another reason that I like to turn every dog into a super sit dog is that when it comes to a dog approaching you, most dogs approach humans really for only one thing, which is they want something from you. So if they understand after some training and making them sit all the time that they have to sit in order to get something, then as soon as your dog gets anywhere near you, they're going to sit automatically. And you won't have to tell them to sit. Anytime the dogs get close to you, it will become an automatic sit, which will make life a lot easier. And the last thing is that making your dog work for everything teaches your dog that there are rules to follow and that things aren't free and that you don't get everything whenever you want it. That type of behavior from us humans teaches dogs really bad behavior. It will teach your dog that they are in control of just about everything, especially food. If you don't make your dog sit and be patient for something like food, they will figure that out, that something that important comes that easily to them. They will take that same attitude with just about everything in the household. So I would like to challenge everybody, if you have a new pup or you have a dog that you haven't really trained a lot, or maybe you have and want to try something new, for this next week, I want you to have your pup sit for just about everything. And things to remember, and one of the hardest things to remember, is to not pet and love your dog every second of every minute for absolutely doing nothing. So if you're sitting on the couch watching TV or talking to somebody, it's pretty normal for your dog to just walk right up to you. And they want you to pet them, like Lucy's doing right now. So I want you to pay attention to them kind of in the corner of your eye, but don't necessarily go to town on rubbing their ears. Give them a second. Wait for them to sit down. As soon as they sit down, go ahead and reach over and pet them. That will start teaching them to be a little more patient and to learn that they need to work for something as important as love from you. So for more tips, tune back in about a week and we'll continue with the sits and we'll see how everybody's doing. I encourage you to really give this a try. You know, we're all stuck at home right now for the most part. We may have a little extra time. We have a lot of people adopting dogs, which is awesome. So give it a shot. What do you have to lose? And let me know how it works out. Good dogs. Okay, Goose, come on. Good girl. Good girl.